everyone, and welcome to Amazing Art with me, Miss Mitri. Today we're going to be looking at the artist Claude Monet and his Water Lily Pond series. Claude Monet was a famous French painter, best known for his Impressionism work. He lived from 1840 to 1926. Impressionism paintings were best known for capturing a moment. Artists used lots of little and quick brushstrokes. Today we're going to focus on Monet's Water Lily Pond bridges. To start, you're going to want to have a white piece of paper, a pencil, red, pink, and purple crayons, green crayons, and if you can, maybe even some watercolor paint. Okay, let's begin. We'll first start by marking off where the water and the sky meet. We'll start with a light horizontal line. All right, now that we have that done, let's start adding our water lilies. We're gonna start at the bottom of our paper. Anything near the bottom of your paper, you want it to be a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna just start with the letter U. Okay, once I have my letter U, I'm gonna start at the top here, and I'm just gonna curve down, come up, come down, come up, come down, and touch the other side of the U. It's almost like a zigzag. If you want, you can leave it as is, or you can hide little upside down V's in between the spaces. All right, that's our first water lily. Now we want to add underneath our water lily pads. So we're just gonna, from the bottom here, and you're just gonna curve around and boom, hit the side. If you want, you can leave it as is, or you can draw a little pizza slice in there, and then erase the inside of that pizza slice. Now I'm gonna keep going. The further up I go, the smaller my U's are gonna be. So now I have a medium-sized U. I'm gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up, hide my little V's, upside down V's, and then curve and boom into the side. Again, if you wanna take a slice out and then erase. And you're gonna keep going, alternating, making it smaller and smaller the further up on the paper you go. Now, of course, you don't wanna go past the horizontal line. Now that we're done drawing our water lilies, we're gonna start to add color. It's up to you really what colors that you wanna use for your water lilies, but I like to have some pinks and purples. All right, so what I'm gonna do first is I will grab, maybe I'll do a pink one. So I'll grab my reds and my pink and maybe even my red violet. I'm gonna take the darker color, and I think it's probably the red violet, and I'm just gonna go nice along the edges and outline just the U. Okay, then I'm gonna follow along the top curves. Okay, and maybe even lightly go back and forth and color in the left half of the water lily, just lightly. Then I can switch to my next color. Maybe I want to switch to red. So from the red, I'm going to overlap a little bit, just lightly mixing them together. I'm gonna keep working my way over. All right, and then I'll get my pink, and I'll overlap a bit, and then color in the end part. Maybe I'll even take this pink and kind of mix up all of the colors together. And then maybe I'll take my darker color, that red violet, and fill in the back petals. Okay, and then I'll do the bottom part here with some green. It's up to you if you want to do it nice and dark, nice and solid, or if you'd like to maybe blend in some yellow green in there. So maybe, you know, just overlap a bit if you'd like to make a new interesting color. Okay, now I'm gonna make a purple one. So I'm going to have my purple ready, my red violet ready, and maybe even like another type of purple and another type of red violet. So first again, I'm gonna start with my darkest color, which happens to be the violet, and I'm gonna outline around. Okay, and then I'm gonna come down, come up, and just follow the zigzag of my petals. I'll color in the back petals dark, if you have the back petals. Okay, now I'm gonna lightly color in about half of the water lily. Okay, then I can change to maybe a different purple and overlap a bit. This one has a little bit more red in it. Okay, then maybe I'll change over to my red violet, overlapping a bit. And then I have a lighter red violet, which I'll do on the other side. And you can take that lightest one if you'd like and just go over everything a little bit. And maybe this time I want to make the bottom part a little bit lighter, so I'll start with maybe the yellow-green this time, filling it entirely in. And then I'll take a darker green and overlap. And maybe even a darker green to outline if I want. Maybe even fill in some of it on one side, up to you. All right, and you're gonna continue coloring in all of your water lilies. And again, it's up to you what colors you'd like to use. Now that we're done with the water lilies, we're gonna start to draw our bridge. It's up to you again what colors you'd like to use for your bridge. I've decided to use red orange and yellow orange. So what you're gonna do first is on that horizontal line, you are going to draw from the very edge of the paper a curved line to the other edge of the paper. And you're gonna make that nice and thick. Okay, now we're gonna draw a second line. It's going to follow the first line that we drew. And you're just gonna curve. And again, going back in to make it nice and thick. All right, now we're gonna draw like the railings. So we're gonna draw straight vertical lines. And again, thickness really makes it pop out. I'm gonna go all the way across. Okay, once you're done, you can switch to your second color. I like to just pick a lighter version of my first color. And I'm just gonna go underneath and on the left. Underneath and on the left, and it's almost like a number 7. And that'll just give it a little bit more interest. Okay, once you're fully happy, you might want to take a blue crayon and just, you know, lightly go over, maybe wave it a little bit, but this will be our water line here. And then we're ready to paint. Now, if you don't have paint, of course you can color in your water blue and maybe your sky. It's up to you, maybe a daytime sky, nighttime sky, sunset. But if you do decide to paint, I always like to grab some watercolor paints. I like to have a water bucket and paintbrush ready, and then a paper towel. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on the bottom for the lake here, this little pond. And just like Impressionist artists, I'm gonna make nice swooping motions with my paintbrush. And I'm gonna start with blue. And as I do this, I can also mix green in if I want to make a nice turquoise or aqua. And again, those swooping lines, just going horizontal across here. Just mix and match, so maybe some more blue. And you'll notice like more blue makes it a little bit darker. More green might make it a bit lighter. Now that I'm done with my water, I'm going to start moving on to the sky. I'm still going to use the same technique, but instead of blue and green, I'm going to use blue and purple.